everyone, and welcome once again to my channel. Today we are going to talk about, in brief, signs you are married to a spirit or serpent. This topic came about because some people asked if a spirit can impregnate a human being. I would like to take you to Genesis chapter 6, 1 to 6, and 1 Corinthians 6, 15 to 18, and Genesis 1 and 2. I'd love you to read on your own time. But let's go into the topic for today. Signs you are married to a spirit or a serpent. The serpent, the serpentine spirit, is the spirit that governs the waters. And they are very strong and stubborn spirit. In fact, they are the oldest kingdom that have existed, the marine kingdom. The water kingdom is a kingdom that has existed for a long time. And so their stronghold is very tough. Now, what are the signs that you are married to a spirit or a serpent? A water spirit in this case. Number one, when you constantly see a serpent in your dream. And this serpent or this spirit is responsible for transgender, gay, homosexuality, lesbianism, what they call binary fluidity nowadays, what you are trying to identify as that you are not. People going around changing their gender from one gender to another, through surgery, through hormonal therapy. They are responsible for brainwashing people that they are not in the right body. So this spirit normally appears in form of a serpent in the dream. Point number two, if you're a lady, you will start having irregular menses. Next point, you'll be breastfeeding babies in your dream. That is when you are not pregnant or when you have not given birth, you see yourself breastfeeding children in the dream. The next point, you have a sense of someone constantly sleeping by you, particularly at night and even sometimes during the day. You will constantly experience disappointments and failure, rising and falling. You have properties, some properties of yours get missing, some valuable documents of yours get missing. These spirit husbands, spirit wives will physically collect the documents and keep them just to frustrate you. They are very, very aggressive. They like to steal the finances. Particularly, they destroy finances and businesses. The next point is your spouse. If you're married, your spouse suddenly hates you. If you're in a relationship, your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your fiance starts to hate you, doesn't want to see you, starts treating you abnormally. And in some cases, you realize that you're a man and a woman and you are of the age to get married, but you don't find any woman attractive. You begin to find men attractive, the opposite sex attractive. And they're also very good in making you lose interest in someone that God has destined for you. You find a man moving from one woman to another, find a woman moving from one man to another, and leaving the relationship because of petty reasons. Or in some cases, you find the person just gets turned off from another person with no explanation. The person just starts acting unkind. The person just gets this feeling that you are a bad person. And in some cases, you have this spirit would appear and use the face of that loved one, your spouse or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, to attack you in the dream and make you feel that that person that you are with is demonic or is responsible for your evil. So be very careful because they are very manipulative. The next point is no dating relationship works. You find a woman having children with several husbands, several men, entering a marriage, divorce. You find a man having kids with several women, not able to stay in a marriage. This spirit is responsible. Next point, you see yourself pregnant in the dream, but physically you are not. You can see yourself with many children as well in the dream, talking to them, and they are calling you mommy, 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 or daddy, 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 but physically you are not. a father. The next point is serious and unexplained gynecological problem, and men will have serious infertility issues. You see a lady today, she's having polycystic ovary syndrome. The next time is fibroid. The next time prolactin is high. The next time she has thyroid problems, thyroid disease problems. You want to check she has polyps in her ovaries. The next time you want to check hormonal imbalance, she's having high testosterone levels, high androgen levels. At the same time, you see a man starts having a tumor in his head that increases his prolactin levels. A man becomes impotent. He has low sperm count. That is, you have gone to the hospital several times and you are not seeing anything. And this spirit, like I said earlier, is very, very dangerous. They attack your finances. The first thing, they make sure they drain your finances. They make sure that you are financially limited. You're financially limited. So they'll make sure that you keep going to the hospital over and over to go for consultation, and they'll be running your finances till you go to nil. And in some cases, you find a man has erectile dysfunction. So when you go to the hospital, when you're having a gynecological problem, and you go to the hospital, and after several tests, you aren't seen, after doing all the fertility tests, you realize that you're normal. No, that is a spiritual problem. In some cases, you actually have this spirit afflict people with sexually transmitted diseases, especially if you are having sex out of marriage. And even sometimes in marriage, you just realize that someone has HIV. They can strike you with cancer. They can strike you with some deadly disease or autoimmune disease. This is how damaging these spirits are. These spirits are also responsible for barrenness. They can make you have issues trying to get pregnant. The next point is you see yourself a family in a dream. You see yourself, if you're a woman, you see yourself with a man and with children, but physically on earth you are not married. If you're a man, you see yourself with a woman in the dream with children, but physically on earth you are not married. The next point is you'll be having multiple miscarriages as a woman. Because this spirit is a very jealous spirit, they make sure they isolate you so they can fully penetrate you and possess you and have you for themselves and manipulate you the way they want. So they will cause people who love you or who are supposed to help you to reject you. They will start to minister and plant a seed of depression, self-pity, self-hatred, bitterness for no good reason. They will make sure that you're always sad, that they can easily penetrate through your mind. And constantly you may be hearing voices that minister to you. They are very responsible for ministering pornographic images, nudity, pornographic and nude profanity words and videos, images into our minds. So I pray for you today that this short teaching would enlighten you and bring you to the knowledge of the reality of the gospel of Christ, of what happens in the realm of the spirit, because it's scriptural. And to know that whatever you're going through, Jesus is available to deliver you from every water spirit and demonic powers. God bless you. But I pray for you that you will encounter Jesus and you will be delivered. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen.